Hello, right, so this is going to be my first video. I'm going to go for a little ride just up the road from me, just down to Southend. I want to check out how it records before we sit down. I've never tried editing before, so I'll have a go at that later on. Luckily enough, my daughter knows a little bit about it, so she'll be able to take me through it and just see where we stand and how this looks on the DJI Osmo Action 3. This is my first ever recording out on the bike, so this is good. I've got a nice little lavalier mic that I've put inside the helmet, and it's running by USB-C connection straight to the camera, so which is cool. I mean, a little bit of a long old lead on it, but we'll see how we go. All right, let's just see what we find. And hopefully the sound will be nice and clear. I'm going to try and record, get the sound of the bike in there as well. At the moment I've got the visor open. I will close that in a moment, but I need to check as well to see how the sound is with the wind in there. Alright, let's close the visor down. Alright, there we go. So obviously that's going to change the way that I sound inside. It's going to be a little bit louder, but I'll be able to see it all when I edit this later, I suppose. I'm not going to go too far today. I'm just going to take a little ride down to Southend, down to the seafront. I live over on Canvey Island, so it's not that far. It's about 6 miles away from me. There's going to be a few hills, obviously some seafront. Hopefully there'll be clear traffic, so I won't have to worry about it. It should be at this time of day. It's like midday, so no reasons to worry about anything coming up. I will at times just open the visor just to clear it. I've closed it because the mic's sitting just above the vent. I've closed the vent off, and obviously that might lead to some fogging, but we'll see how we go. Right, as this is my first ever video, what I'm doing is I'm just recording with a bike mount today. Obviously for future ones I'll probably go with a helmet mount. It'll certainly be easier with the mic lead anyway. But yeah, just for today it's just about getting a nice little feel for how things are. It's on the I got the Osmo Action 3 adventure kit, so it came with the selfie stick. So basically what I've got is I've got a selfie stick mounted to the front to the connection, so it's a little bit higher, and yeah, hopefully it's going to go okay. It gives me a clear view of it. I've also got the Mimo running as well on my phone, so I can see the kind of pictures that I'm seeing. It looks quite good there. Obviously I'm not going to be sure until I see the footage on a bigger screen. There has been these issues according to a lot of people about the focusing problems. From my eyes, I'm far-sighted, so every time I look at that I don't see anything, but these people obviously know what they're talking about. They're professionals. So we'll see how it comes out and how it looks to me later on. I mean, at the moment it looks really, really good. There'll be some nice scenery. There's not too much around here, but it's as I said, there's a nice big hills coming up, and the view from the hill is lovely, and hopefully that will come across as we're going around. Probably more so on the way back than on the way out, but we'll see. There's a very small wind jammer on the mic, so hopefully it's not picking up too much of the wind noise. It is very windy today. It's lovely November, crisp autumnal day, clear skies, which is lovely because it's been really cloudy and grey and wet the last few days, so I haven't come out to do it then. But we'll see how much of the wind noise is picked up. Hopefully not too much. I got the idea for doing this after I did the Hard Knot Pass not so long ago, and people asked me, why didn't you put any pictures up, or any videos, and it was like, well, because I never thought about it. So going up the hill now, this should give a little bit of an idea of how it comes across, because I noticed most people's videos with Hard Knot show that it doesn't look, you certainly don't see the incline that there is on that thing. It's 33%. So when you're looking at the videos, you tend to see that it's just it looks quite flat. I mean, you can see that the road's going up, but it looks quite flat, and it's nothing like that. So I'm coming up a hill now, It's I'm just going to go into the, you know, where it gets a little bit steeper, and we'll just see whether there's anything on the video there. Looking at the screen, I don't think it's really showing at the moment, so which is what I've seen with the other videos that I've looked at as well. But again, you know, it looks good. So I've got the camera set onto the wide while I'm recording here. I'm recording that 4K, I think I'm at 30 frames. I've manually set the whiteness to 5500. I did that just because I'd watched somebody else do it on another video, but because I've got a wind muffler around the camera in case I decide to take the microphone out, you know, just so it'll cut out that wind noise. And the sensor is right at the front, but it's obviously covered by the front of the wind muffler. So reasons that I got the DJI over any of the other cameras. I didn't know what I was looking for, to be honest. No experience at all of action cameras. I just thought I'd watch a few videos and see what's coming up. And I wanted something where, you know, if I was going on a longer ride, you know, if I wanted to go on something that's going to take me hours, you know, the battery wouldn't be the problem, or I wouldn't have the camera, you know, getting too hot and overheating and switching itself off when I didn't realise, you know. And I'd seen the issues on the GoPros where, you know, with the overheating, you change the battery and then you've lost all the footage from before, and I didn't want anything like that. So I wanted something with a little bit longer battery life. And, you know, the DJI comes with it comes with a real long battery life. I mean, it's incredible, really. And the Adventure Kit came with extra 2 batteries, so probably looking at being able to film quite comfortably in 4K about, you know, 4.5 hours with those 3 batteries. Also, the beauty was that the charging time is really super fast. So I wanted to check that out as well, you know, to make sure that I was able to do it. And but, you know, I just wanted to be able to get a camera, put it on there, hit record, and then go for a really long ride, you know, and just see how the footage come up. And also, you know, some hikes. Obviously, while I was up in the lakes, I was doing hikes with a friend of mine, and we got some great hikes out there. And I did get some good pictures on the phone, but, you know, it would have been nice to just film and just have that there as you know, as a memory for later on. We'll get around these guys in just a moment, you know. Always a little bit of traffic here in Hadley, never too much, but there's always something there blocking you up. You know, beauty of riding a bike, when you get the opportunity, just filter. Just pop either through the middle, go around the outside, you know, get clear of the traffic. And Zola, what are they doing out here? Mind you, I suppose we've got quite a big Jewish contingency around here now, living around here. They've sort of moved on to Canby and this area, so yeah, bringing their ambulance service along with them. Yeah, so this is what I do for a living. So I'm part of the ambulance service. Obviously the NHS side of things. whereas so they tend to just deal with the Jewish community, so they give up their time. It's voluntary. I'm sure they get something back in the end, but yeah, it may be manned by doctors, paramedics, technicians, but they do a great job. They're doing the same job. They're just out there and doing it in a different way. There we go. So as we go down now, we're heading directly towards the front. Not quite, yet. We're not going to hit the seafront yet till we get through Leon Sea. Let's close that down again. But we are going to come round. We'll see a lot of the estuary as we come down now. Just on the opposite side, we've got is the Kent side. We're here over in Essex. I probably should have filmed in ultra wide while coming through here, because then you'd have picked up a little bit more of what's going on to the side, just to the right of me. A lot of boats and things out there. I'll do that on another occasion. I don't like when I've looked at the ultra wide. It's a very, very good screen. It's just that it seems to distort it slightly, and I don't quite like that. When I'm looking at it myself, it makes me feel a bit. But maybe on another occasion I'll do that as I come through. Yeah, I really do need the helmet mount. I'm looking to the side now, and it's just the fabulous views, and I'm not getting enough of it in here. So yeah, that's an obvious for the next. You need to be able to see what I see when I look round. It's quite spectacular. Three-legged dog. So I'm trying my best not to wimp out here. I am wearing summer gloves. It's a little bit chilly. I am tempted to put heated grips on, but be brave, Dean, be brave. Let's wait till it gets a little bit colder. I'm on my daily commute. I will do a video of my daily commute. It's I commute about 35 miles into the East End of London. And it's boring. It's it's all up on the A13, but it will be a good display of how you have to, even at ridiculous early times of the day. 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, have to still filter through the traffic. It's incredible. So here we are. We are coming along the seafront at Southend. This is sort of the West Cliff side of it. You can see the pier in the distance. I do love the social aspect of riding a bike. Most guys will, acknowledge each other. You certainly don't get that when you drive in a car. Ah, training drugs. Take the students out, teach them how to drive under blue lights. And it's our guys. It's the London ambulance guys. Oh well. Why are they bringing them out to Southend? That's something new. Still, I hope they're all enjoying themselves, enjoying the day. The course in those in the driving trucks it's 4 weeks. You know, it's not something you it's done over a couple of days. You actually have to do well, you have to take a highway code test, which you have to score 100% on. You've got to learn all the rules about driving under emergency conditions. And it's only really the last couple of weeks of the course that you're allowed to actually put on the lights and sirens and you know, learn to drive under a little bit of pressure and under a little bit of speed. So good luck to those guys. You know, as I say, it's a good course. There we go, passing them up here. They're all down enjoying themselves, getting something to eat. Obviously, it's a little bit of lunch. Nice day out for them. Wow, what a beautiful day. A little Herbie car. Cool. Okay, coming through Fort Bay and coming down towards Shoebury. I'm going to swing it round in a moment and then go back down the front. When I first thought about doing this, I was going to swing back up and go up onto the dual carriageway up on the A127 and just give it a little bit, but I'm enjoying this little ride, so I'll keep it nice and smooth and go back the way I came. Just looking at the time there, I am 32 minutes into this ride recording, so we're looking at about the same going back, so that'll be a nice hour video. I'll obviously cut it down to not even half that by the time I finish the editing side of things. That is once my daughter shows me how to use it. Let's close the visor down. I've got the wind in my face now. There's a few people walking along the beach down now. It's very, very stony down now. But they're having a good walk around, walking dogs. Plenty of boats out. As I say, probably should have gone with the ultra wide. Would have been able to take in a little bit more of what's going on to the side of me, rather than just the road in front. But you learn a little bit more as you go along. Yeah, when I first thought about coming out today, I was going to put my my earbuds in, listen to some music, but then I'm sure, as would always happen, then I'd have been recording myself singing along pretty badly to whatever I was listening to. So I decided against that in the end and thought today, I'll just come out without it. It's quite a strange thing though, riding without the buds in, or some form of ear protection, because you hear everything. Normally the wind noise that I'm getting at the moment inside my helmet, I wouldn't hear. Not at these speeds, obviously as faster speeds I would. Obviously some east of England guys down here probably having a lunch as well. Why not? Don't get breaks very often. Take advantage of it. I actually don't mind the camera up here on the selfie stick in front of me. It's obviously it's high, but you know, I sit upright anyway, so I've got clear view all around it. It doesn't interfere with any of my my field of vision. It's all good. There we go. Be cheeky. There you go. Make it to the front. I have to say sorry I didn't put my heated grips on now. Hands are very, very cold. But there you go. Can't wimp out. Coming very close to home now. Come round by Benfleet Station. Get lots of bird watchers over here. The guy there, I don't know where he was aiming his camera at, but he was obviously a water bird. Don't understand any of that. Got feathers, you know, feathers, beak, in the water. It's got to be a duck. So an hour and 2 minutes. Obviously I'll be bringing this down. I'm not going to put anything up there that's an hour and 2 minutes. That's for my benefit, not for everybody else's. I'm just coming up to home, so hopefully I plan to edit it down to about probably 25 minutes. You know, see if I can speed some sections up and do things like that, but you know, again, I've got to learn how to first of all. Maybe cover up a lot of it with some background music. I don't know yet. I'll decide when I'm putting it all together.